shrub. This is called winged euonymus or burning bush. The leaves turn bright red in the fall. And it's called winged euonymus. I'll try to get a little closer so you can all see. They're little corky structures, point to them, along on the branches. They look like little rectangular pieces. See those? And that's where the wings come from. It's usually on more of the mature wood. That's the wing of the winged euonymus.
Now batting for Glastonbury Wood, the third baseman, TJ Kaczynski.
Winged euonymus will produce red fruits in the fall, and they are desired by wildlife, so that's how the plants will spread. Their root structure, this is a great specimen. Good job. Their roots are very dense and fibrous, and they can get so dense it's almost like a mat that won't let anything else grow up through it. And some people will have these shrubs and say, oh, I've got winged euonymus, but it's got to be sterile to never have any little seedlings come up. Well, if you look at this root mass, you can imagine that's why. But if you look beyond where this shrub is growing, I'll put my money on that you'll probably find some little seedlings. And even if they're not in your yard, they're probably in the woods across the street or somewhere in the neighborhood. All right. Any quick questions before I'll be quizzing you all, so study. Yes?
So if you pull any of the vines like that out, you should try to get rid of wood?
To get rid of more of them, you mean?
Well, yeah, because that looks like you got part of it, but there's still going to be
Now batting the right fielder.
This is actually a pretty good job. You can see a lot of the ends of the roots. There aren't any major pieces of root that are left. So something like that, for the size of this shrub, I think that was fairly successful. Winged euonymus can be quite large and quite old, and very extensive. So you may have to do a lot more digging to remove it.
But there was a bigger tree.
This looks like it's a little, depending on where it was growing and what was around it, but that looks like that was pretty much it.
So it won't get too much.
No, I mean it will if it was left in the ground. Sure, it would keep growing. Yes, yeah, they can get 6, 8, 10 feet tall, and they can be just massive shrubs. Yes.
Now batting the extra hitter.
On the table, I brought copies. There's a blue handout, and it's our state list for Connecticut. You can also get this on our Invasive Plant Working Group website. There's a difference in some cases, between a plant that is determined by scientific criteria to be invasive or potentially invasive if it's not as widespread, and one that is banned or prohibited from buying it, selling it, transplanting, cultivating, and so on. Shrubs like Japanese barberry and winged euonymus, trees like Norway maple, they are invasive because they meet scientific criteria about how much they spread and so on, but it's legal for them to be sold in Connecticut. Okay. Those are the regulations that we have. In Massachusetts, they also have a list of invasive plants, and they have, I think, just about pretty much everything on their list is prohibited or banned. Every state can write its own regulations, and this is what we have in Connecticut right now. So they're available to sell. No one's breaking any law if they sell them. So it's up to individuals what you might want to purchase. Maybe there are plenty of other alternatives too, which we can talk about if we have time. Things that you can plant intentionally, or you can to replace the invasives that you're controlling, or you might want to let Mother Nature help see what might come in naturally, as long as you're keeping up with the invasive control.